Hey everybody, welcome. We're here outside of Ellensburg, Washington at the Wheel Line Cider Orchard. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. And we figured we'd film you guys a nice class. I have been doing a lot of driving. My hips are stiff. My shoulders are closing in. And so maybe just a quick opener. We'll stretch ourselves out. Yes? So for this class, we're going to get a strap. So feel free to pause the video and go grab yourself a strap. You got yours? All right. Let's do it. All right. So let's grab the strap, mind the buckle, don't let it hit you in the face. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of tension on the strap, keeping our shoulders engaged. And we're going to lift it up on the inhale, up, and then exhale back behind us. Now the width of the strap depends on your shoulders, right? So if it's too tight to bring it down, and then the inhale brings it back up, right, on your own breath, and the exhale brings it down in front. But now if it's too tight on your shoulders, just go with a wider stretch between the hands. Always keeping a little bit of tension on the strap, keeping the muscles engaged, protecting the joints. So that's going to be on your own breath. Inhale brings it up. Exhale brings it down. Inhale brings it up. Exhale brings it down. Let's do 3 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I believe this is the last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Wonderful. So let's bring it all the way back up, down, and we'll set the strap aside. Okay, next let's find ourselves into a all fours position here. So wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, toes tucked or untucked, that's really your business. And let's start with a little cat and cow, right? So inhale, cow, arch the spine, look forward. Exhale, cat, round the spine, push into the mat, pull your abdomen towards your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And we're inspired by this practice this morning because we were woken up by a group of cows. Is that what it is? A group of cows? Mooing all morning. So this has been a really fun place to stay. Sweat your own breath. A couple more of these. And then let's mate in a neutral spine. And so what we're going to do next here is let's step that right foot out long. Toes touch the mat. And then we're going to continue to find that cow spine, right? So we're going to arch our back. We're going to lift our tailbone. We're going to look forward. And then we'll inhale and we'll lift, drive the heel, drives the action as the right foot lifts up behind us. We find ourselves in a nice extension of that right hip. Looking forward. Breathing. One more inhale, maybe push it up a little higher. And then the exhale, that right leg sweeps over to the left side of our body and the toes touch, probably just off your mat. And we look over towards those right toes, towards that right heel. Look over the left shoulder. And then we can start to work that left heel down towards the mat. It's probably not going to touch. Mine's not going to touch. And then we'll breathe into that calf, that long right leg, twisting the hips. Then our next inhale brings that leg back up into extension, cow spine one more time. Big inhale. Exhale, that right leg comes over to the right side, toes face the short end of the mat and the sole of the foot to the ground. And we're going to inhale, rise up, hands come up overhead, Urdhva Namaskar. Exhale, side bend over to the right side. Maybe our right hand comes down towards that right shin. Left hand continues over the head. Maybe we look up from under, keeping that chest open, breathing into that left side. Inhale, let's come back up, right? Hands towards the hips. And next what we're going to do is we're going to take these right toes and we're going to rotate them up towards the sky. But as we do that, we're going to be mindful of what our hip is doing. So our hip is actually externally rotating open to pull those right toes up to the sky. We're not just opening the hip, we're externally rotating in that socket. So we're going to externally rotate that socket, maybe find our pelvic bones, right? Mine are now shooting this way a little bit. We're going to try to straighten those towards the short end of the mat, using that as an orientation point so that we can isolate the rotation in the hip. And then pull up on your pelvic floor, engage your abdomen, knit your low ribs together, because we're going to lift this right leg and bring it right in front of us. Hands to the hips, abdomen engaged. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, bring it down in front. Wobbly, huh? Then let's pull those right toes towards us. We're going to shift this right hip back, that left hip forward, again, using those pelvic bones in the short end of the mat to orientate where we are. And then we're going to raise our hands up over our head. Inhale. Exhale very gently into Ardha Hanumanasana. Very gently. Breathing into that breathing into the hamstring of the right side, pushing down with that right heel, pulling those right toes forward, maybe a slight bend in that right leg. And we'll come up halfway with an inhale. Exhale, fold one more time, flex the spine, gentle on the hamstring. Inhale brings us back up. We'll bring our hands back to our hip. We'll start sliding that right heel backwards until the right foot sole of the foot can hit the mat. Right knee flexes forward as our hips come forward. We find both hands on the inside of the right foot. Uttam Pristhasana, lizard. And then maybe we kind of rock back and forth just a little bit to work into that hip. Right? Nice extension in the left hip, deep flexion in the right hip. One more time. Flex, deep. Inhale, we're going to come up, hands to the hips, and we'll straighten that leg back out. One more Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. One more time with that Uttam Pristhasana. Slide the heel, drop the sole of the foot, flex forward. Maybe this time we come down to our elbows, to our forearms. Maybe that left knee comes up off the mat. Here comes the farm dog. We call him Barkley. I don't know his name. All right, left knee down. Let's push on back up. And we're going to, look at Barkley. And we're going to come all the way back. We're going to bring that heel back up, the feet back up. And we're going to knit that abdominal muscle together. And we're going to lift this right leg back out to the side of the mat where it began. So on the inhale, exhale, it comes down. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Right leg sweeps back, right knee meets left knee, and we find ourselves back on all fours. Oh, hello.
Creature moment here. Spider.
Spiders, dogs, cows. All right, next, left side. We're gonna find that cow spine one more time, and we're gonna take that left leg, extend it straight, drop the toes to the mat straight behind you. And then just kind of push into that left heel. I don't know, can you guys see Ava too? She's here too. Inhale, that left foot rises. Heel drives the action. We're gonna find that tail is up towards the sky, just like Barkley over there. We're in that cow spine again. Left leg's in extension. Couple breaths here. One more breath. Let's see if we can extend it a little further. And then exhale, that left leg sweeps over the right side of the body, toes touch the mat, and we look over the right shoulder towards that left heel. Couple of breaths here as we try to work that heel down towards the mat. Inhale brings that leg up, over, all the way around to the left side. sole of the foot to the mat. Inhale, rise, hands come together overhead. Exhale, side bend, Parigasana, over towards the left. Looking up from under the right shoulder. Breathing into the right side body. Next inhale brings us upright. All those same abdominal actions as we externally rotate that left hip, bringing the left toes up towards the sky. We can find our pelvic bones, orientate them towards the right end of the short end of the mat. And then we're going to find all those same abdominal actions, lifting the left leg, bringing it into the center of the mat. Inhale. Oof. Exhale. That's fun. In the studio, I put blocks up in the beginning of class to distract everyone. Then you have to get your foot over the block. It's tough. It's tough. So heel drives into the mat. Left toes are pulling back. Maybe a slight bend in that left leg, right? Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, fold over, Ardha Hanumanasana. Very gently, very gently. Inhale brings us halfway up. Exhale, take that length with you, fold one more time. Breathing into that left hamstring. Relaxing, letting it open up. Left hip moving back, right hip moving forward, squaring our pelvis with the short end of the mat. Inhale brings us all the way back up. Hands to the hips as we start to drag that left heel back till the sole of that left foot meets the mat. Then we're going to start to flex that left knee and bringing our hips forward, finding ourselves back in lizard, Uttan Pristasana. And we're going to breathe here. We got a dog sitter now, Ava and Barkley. They're about to knock the camera over. All right. And maybe we rock a little bit back and forth into these hips. And here we are. Deep flexion in the left hip. Extension in the right hip. Toes tucked, toes untucked, whatever you please. Then we're going to inhale, bringing our torso back up, and we'll find ourselves straightening back out. That left heel comes back up, toes point up to the sky one more time. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the length. What's up, Barkley? Inhale, we're going to rise one more time. And we're going to drag that heel back. One more Uttan Pristasana. Hands go up. Find the length in the spine. Exhale. He's going to knock me down. Hands to the mat. And maybe this time we come all the way down. Ave, could you call Barkley, please? Or whatever. He's got no name on his collar. Maybe away from the camera, love. Yes? And then we come down. Forearms. And we breathe. Maybe that right heel or right knee comes up. Tuck those toes. Bring that right knee up. If you did it on the other side, maybe do it on this side. And the right knee comes down. Hands to the mat. Torso rises as we start to straighten that left leg, bringing those toes back up. All those same abdominal actions as this left leg comes out of the mat over to the left side. Inhale, rise, sweep it out. Hands to the mat. Left leg rises, left knee meets the right knee. We find ourselves in all fours. Big toes come together to touch, knees go wide, hips towards heels, and we stretch our hands forward. Forehead to the mat. Inhale, let's come back up to all fours. Wrists under shoulders, pushing down into the mat. Tuck the toes, push the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing Barkley the farm dog. Maybe pedal out your hips. Pedal out the knees. Push back. Index fingers parallel with the long end of the mat. Externally rotating the shoulders open. Hips are high. Maybe the knees are bent. Maybe the heels are off the mat. That's not a big deal. We want that tailbone high up in the sky. One big breath here. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. One more of those. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Then we're going to inhale that right leg high, three-legged dog. And on the exhale, the right knee is behind the right wrist, right ankle behind the left wrist as we set up for pigeon. Then maybe we kind of untuck the toes, walk that left leg back a little bit. Look high in the sky. Extend the chest, open the heart. Inhale, be tall, find length. Exhale, fold. Let's come down to forearms maybe. Maybe make a pillow for your forehead with your hands. Inhale, let's start bringing our torso back up, hands to the mat. Start to bring our torso back up. And then we're going to drop our weight over towards that left hip. And we'll bring our over towards that right hip. We'll bring our left leg forward. Right leg forward. Hands next to the torso. Fingers pointing towards the toes. Pushing up, sitting tall, Dandasana. Inhale, find that length. Exhale. And let's take this right leg, flex at the knee. We're going to pick it up, put it on the right sole of the foot on the outside of the left leg. Now, this left leg can be straight or it can be bent underneath you. Ardha Matsyendrasana. So let's inhale. First, inhale. Lengthen the spine. Left hand goes behind us, just like a little kickstand. Inhale, right arm goes up, reach tall. Exhale, twist at the torso, bringing the right elbow outside the right knee. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, increase the twist. Inhale, unwind. We'll keep our legs how they are, but this time we're going to try to stack our knees for Gomukhasana. Cow face pose. There's got to be a cow somewhere. I heard them all morning. So let's take and stack our knees, right? Oh, there's a cow dog. So let's stack our knees. Right knee over the left. All right, find a little comfort here. Hi. And then we'll take the left arm over the right, lifting our elbows shoulder height. Inhale, find that length. And exhale, relax into the pose. Keeping the elbows up, shoulder height, not an easy task. One more inhale, hold tight. Exhale, unwind. We can unwind our right leg straight out in front of us. We can unwind our left leg straight out in front of us. And we'll find ourselves one more time in Dandasana, sit tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the feet, reaching for the knees, the ankles, the shins, the feet. Breathing into the back side of the body. Inhale brings us halfway up. Exhale brings us all the way up. And let's shift ourselves, come back into all fours, push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg rises. That left knee meets the left wrist. The left ankle meets the right wrist as we set up for pigeon. Sitting tall. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, fold. Torso comes down. Next inhale brings our torso back up, hands to the mat. We're going to drop our weight over to that left side, swinging our right leg around, extending the left leg, Dandasana one more time, staff pose, pulling those toes towards us, pushing our calves down into the mat. You got a visitor? Now we're going to flex that left knee. Let's bring the left leg outside of the right. Right hand goes back. A little bit of a kickstand. Inhale, the left hand tall. Spine is long. Exhale, twist. Bringing that left elbow outside the left knee. And you can, of course, keep that right leg straight, as I did. You can bend it, as James did. And then we find this nice mudra here. And let's breathe. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, increase the twist. And we can undo our little twist here at the torso. Come on back through center. And then if your right leg isn't flexed, flex it. Send that right foot to the left side. And then let's stack our knees. Now you might notice, as I notice, one side works a little better than the other side. We're getting there. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, right arm over the left arm. Palms come together. We raise the elbows shoulder height. Breathe, keep the spine tall, rooted through the sit bones. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. One more inhale. Exhale, we can unwind. Let's straighten out that left leg. Straighten out that right leg. Hands beside us. Dandasana, staff pose one more time. Sit tall. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Hands are reaching towards the feet, towards the ankles, towards the shin, towards the knees. Wherever your hamstrings are today. Toes are being pulled back, heels down into the mat. Breathing into the back body. Inhale brings us halfway up. Slowly, and exhale brings us all the way up. And if your feet aren't at the top of your mat, I don't know what you're going to do with this dog here. If they're not at the top of the mat, bring them up to the top of the mat, heels to the top. And then very slowly, with control, we're going to drop our torso back down towards the mat. Just a touch of abs. And then our head down to the mat. Let's rotate our palms up to the sky. We'll bring our shoulder blades underneath our back. Not too much. Just so everything's where it belongs. Feet can fall open. Eyes closed or soft. And we find ourselves in Shavasana, corpse pose. And here, let's let everything metabolize. The movement, drop into stillness. The tight spots, open. Let that lay open to the world. And let quietness and peace wash over our body. Now you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. And when you're ready to come out, we'll bend both knees. Roll over to the right side of our mat, using our right arm as a pillow. And then when we're ready from here, let's push ourselves up, finding a comfortable seat. And we'll close our practice this morning with the sound of Om and the panting of a nameless farm dog. He's got a tag, but it doesn't have his name on it. And a duck. Hands together before our hearts. Anjali Mudra. Thank you for joining us. Inhale. Thank you for the blessing of your company. You too, Barkley. Thank you for choosing to spend your time in this manner. And may others benefit from our practice. Namaste. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Matt and Jamie, Moon Yogis, Yoga Nomads. We're here on the beautiful grounds of Wheel Line Cider with Barkley the farm dog. Thanks for being here, guys. Namaste.
Namaste.
God bless.